From Lee Jordan Field in beautiful Chugiak, Alaska, it is game number 27 as the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks trying to pick up the rubber game of this three-game set against the first place Matsu Miners. Welcome to Chinooks Baseball, folks. I am Andrew Alex. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Garrett Mansfield, who we'll hear from in just a second. But thank you for tuning in from wherever you may be in this beautiful country tonight. But without further ado, let's get right into the starting lineups for these two teams as we're getting ready to play some baseball after a quick 50-minute delay. First for the Matsu Miners, batting first and playing right field, Brick Paskowitz. Batting second and playing shortstop, Tyler Wolf. The center fielder, Alex Caruso, batting third. The designated hitter, Matt Diorio, batting fourth. Niles Nygaard will be playing third base and batting fifth. Batting sixth and playing first base will be Tanner Nishioka. Batting seventh and catching tonight will be J.J. Hancock. Batting eighth in left field, Connor Wanhanen. And in the nine-hole, Caleb Wood. The pitcher tonight for the Chinooks, Caden Owens. This will be his last appearance this season in a Chinook uniform. He has to return back to his hometown of Jenks, Oklahoma to get some surgery on a hand that he hurt during the season. But, of course, it is his offhand, so he can pitch tonight. The lefty comes out tonight sporting a 6.23 ERA, but that's in limited work at the mound. And he looks to end his Chinook season with a bang tonight against the first place Matsu Miners. In the field behind Caden Owens tonight, playing third base, Patrick Cromwell. Shortstop, Hunter Hanks. Second base, the birthday boy, Will Bass. Holt Davis at first. And from left to right, Cam Baronic, Dave Morton in center. And in right field, Jacob Ropes. The catcher tonight will be Andrew Mock. But the umps are here. Brick's long hair steps into the batting box, and we are ready for some baseball here in Chugiak. Brick Paskowitz steps into the box. And the umpire says play ball. We are underway here in Chugiak. The first pitch from Caden Owens. In there for a called strike one. Brick Paskowitz, the right fielder, leads the Alaska Baseball League in batting average at a .370 mark. Has an 8-game hit streak. The 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike two. Owens hitting his spots early against Paskowitz, who's riding an 8-game hitting streak into this afternoon's ball game. The 0-2 from Caden Owens. On the outside, ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the first inning here. Owens looks to Andrew Monk for the sign. He got what he wanted. He delivers. And Paskowitz fouls that one back into the screen. Paskowitz last night at the contest at Herman Brothers Field in Palmer. 2 for 4. Continues his dominance against the Chinooks this season. The lefty Owens. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got Brick Paskowitz. The first strikeout of the game, the first out of the game for Caden Owens, starting this one off with a bang. So 1 down. And now the batter's going to be Tyler Wolf. Wolf, the shortstop out of Kansas State University. All Big 12 honorable mention this past season comes into this game. Batting .197. First pitch from Owens. He hits the zone there. A called strike one. Owens went fastball. 0-1 the count on Tyler Wolf. Wolf went 0 for 2 yesterday. The 0-1. And that misses low. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out here in the top of the first inning. The 1-1 pitch. Big breaking ball misses up and away. Moves the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Here against Tyler Wolf. The 2-1. And that's a fly ball. Sails into foul territory, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Tyler Wolf, the everyday shortstop for the Matsu Miners, kind of in a very similar situation to what we see with Hunter Hanks. His defense makes up for maybe his lack of offense. The 2-2 pitch, and that's grounded into the hole past Caden Owens. A base hit for Tyler Wolf. to start this thing off for the Matsu Miners. Their first hit of the game, first base runner of the game. So now a man on first with one out. Tyler Wolf singles into center. And now Alex Caruso to the plate. Caruso comes into this game, 372, 12 RBIs, and a home run. And just such an impressive stat line for the center fielder out of St. John's. First pitch to Caruso, breaking ball, finds the zone. A called strike one. Nothing in one the count. And Owen's breaking ball looks real good tonight. Taking his lead is Tyler Wolf. The 0-1 from Caden Owens, and that breaking ball grounded to Will Bass. Will Bass turns, throws to second for the force, but catching it and then dropping it is Hunter Hanks at second. So coming out to argue is Ben Taylor, and the umpire calling Tyler Wolf out at second on the fielder's choice. So Tyler Wolf's going to head back in the dugout, but Miners manager Ben Taylor did not like that one at all, but the umpire says that he dropped the ball on the transfer.
Yeah, something that happens a lot and happens very quickly on the middle of the infield, and sometimes it's not always easy to make those calls, especially with only a two-man crew.
So 2 outs, runner at first. Caruso getting on with the fielder's choice. The batter is now Matt Diorio out of Central Florida. Comes into the game, 364 batting average, 12 RBIs. Yesterday went 1 for 3 with an RBI for himself, and the designated hitter Diorio has looked real good all season for the Miners. 1-0 the count to Matt Diorio. Owens, the 1-0. Misses on the outside, so falling behind. 2-0 in this count is Caden Owens with a man on first. Owens not regularly a starter, but with it being his last day and Michael Fairchild not feeling 100%. Owens getting the nod for his last ball game as a Chinook. And Owens misses low there in the dirt, so 3-0. The count to Matt Diorio here, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. A scoreless game at Lee Jordan Field. Caruso taking a big lead, or a medium-sized lead, I guess I should say, over at first base, the 3-0 pitch. And that finds the corner of the zone. Moves the count to 3 balls, 1 strike. And Caruso, the only guy in the lineup for the Matsu Miners to hit a home run, even though you kind of expect it out of Diorio. As Caden Owens checks up Alex Caruso at first, but the home plate umpire is saying that is a balk. So Caruso is going to trot over to second. And now, 3-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Alex Caruso at second base, the Miners with a man in scoring position. And this is a big out for Caden Owens, trying to send down the Matsu Miners. Scoreless here in the top of the first. Matt Diorio at the plate. 3-1 the count. 2 down here. Owens, the 3-1. Swing and a miss. So after falling behind in this count 3-0, Caden Owens working his way back and 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed, but also 1 Matt Diorio swing of the bat away from letting the Miners get on the board here. The 3-2. And curveball misses on the outside, ball 4, so trotting over to first base is Matt Diorio. And now men on first and second for Niles Nygaard. Nygaard, the third baseman out of the University of Washington, comes into this game a .266 batting average, 5 RBIs, and a leading 7 doubles. First pitch to Nygaard, and that's inside. Fastball at the knees. 1-0 the count to a guy in Nygaard who has really surprised a lot of people for the Matsu Miners this season. Not very high expectations coming in, but he has produced, and he has been a Chinook killer 1-0. And Nygaard rips that one into shallow left field. Coming under it, making the grab is Cam Baronic for the third out of the inning. So no runs on one hit, 2 men left aboard. And the Matsu Miners go down scoreless in the first. And now let's check out the lineup for your Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. Batting first and playing third base, Patrick Cromwell. Batting second, the designated hitter, Matt Ferrudo. The left fielder, Cam Baronic, will be batting third. Andrew Mogg catching and batting fourth. The center fielder, Dave Morton, in the 5-hole. He'll be followed by Holt Davis, who will be playing first base. Batting seventh, playing second base, Will Bass. Hunter Hanks, the shortstop, batting eighth. And in the 9-hole will be Jacob Brooks, the Chinooks leader in batting average. And on the mound tonight for the Matsu Miners will be Zach Warren, the lefty out of the University of Tennessee. Comes into this game sporting a 1.82 ERA. And Warren, who coming into the Chinooks game that they played against the Miners on June 28th, had yet to allow an earned run, but allows one to the Chinooks on the 28th, and then his next start out against the Anchorage Bucks. 4 earned runs on just 3 hits, but he walked 6 that day. But 32 strikeouts on the season for Zach Warren. That's tied with Connor Menez among the leaders. And this guy was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 2014 draft. 23rd round, he opted to head down to Rocky Top and play at the University of Tennessee. The native of Vineland, New Jersey. That's the home of Mike Trout. But now, Warren is all warmed up here tonight. And Patrick Cromwell going to come up to the plate. And what can be said for Patrick Cromwell's performance of late?
Number 8, Patrick Cromwell.
The California kid's on a 4-game hit streak. 4 multi-hit games in the month of July. And a guy that just could not hit the ball late in the month of June has been killing the ball recently. First pitch to Patrick Cromwell, misses on the outside. A ball, the count 1-0. Cromwell's mark on the year, 213, 11 RBIs. But the California kid, no one has been hitting better on the Chinooks roster recently, and Cromwell takes low ball 2. Quickly getting ahead in this count. He led off the game with a double yesterday against Eli Morgan. 2-0. And Cromwell takes a strike on the inside corner. The count 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out, a scoreless game in the bottom of the first inning at Lee Jordan Field. The 2-1 pitch from the lefty Warren. And Cromwell grounds that lightly to the third baseman Nygaard. His throw to first will be in time. So 1 up, 1 down for Zach Warren. And that's going to bring up Matt Ferrudo. Matt Ferrudo, 241 on the year, 11 RBIs. And he's been struggling recently after he was really, really hot late in the month of June. But a key stat to know for Matt Ferrudo. Ferrudo 2 for 3 off Zach Warren in that June 28th matchup. First pitch from Warren. And Ferrudo fouls that one hard. Down the first base line, is going to soar out of play. Really went after that first pitch, Matt Ferrudo. 0-1 the count, 1 out here. Bottom of the first inning. The 0-1. And that one's low in the dirt, gets past the catcher, J.J. Hancock. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ferrudo out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham. Listed as a second baseman, spent most of the year as the Chinooks DH. The 1-1. Ferrudo takes on the inside corner, strike 2. Warren getting his spot there, kind of painting the corner with that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count here. Warren. The 1-2 pitch. And Ferrudo takes curveball, strike 3. So 2 down here. The first strikeout of the day for Zach Warren. And now to the plate Cam Baronic.
Cameron Baronic.
And Cam Baronic, the X factor for the Fish this season. And what more can be said about this guy? Reached base in every Alaska Baseball League game he's played this year. First pitch to Baronic. Misses on the outside, ball one. 3 for 4 yesterday. Scored twice. 2 RBIs. Is averaging more than 1 run scored per game. 1-0 the count. And Baronic takes inside in the dirt, ball 2. Riding a 5-game hit streak into this game. And this is the guy that justly should be an all-star representing the Chinooks and the National League this year. 2-0. Big swing and a miss there from Cam. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Zach Warren versus Cam Baronic. The 2-1 pitch from Warren. And Baronic, another hack to there. Fastball low and inside. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. A scoreless game here in Chugiak. The 2-2. And Baronic grounds that one foul. First base line, staying alive in this at-bat. In the on-deck circle, Andrew Mogg, if Baronic can extend this inning. Warren looks to the catcher. Hancock likes what he sees. The 2-2 pitch, and Baronic's going to ground that one foul down the first base line yet again. So Cam Baronic continues to extend this at-bat. Against Zach Warren. Here comes the 2-2 again. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Cam Baronic goes down. The second strikeout of the game for Zach Warren, the third out of the inning for the Matsu Miners. So after 1, we are scoreless. The Chinooks with no runs on no hits, nobody left aboard, and we're going to step off for just a second. But after 1 inning of play, still scoreless here in Chugiak, you are listening to Chinooks Radio. Back here for the top of the second, Andrew Alex Garrett in Mansfield. A scoreless game. Here at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak, and Caden Owens back out to the mound. He'll face Tanner Nishioka to lead off the top of the second. First pitch from Owens is fly ball. Chasing it is Holt Davis, and that's going to drop fair on the line. A single. And that was just a kind of a cheap little pop-up that fell right between the spot of the right fielder, Jacob Brose, and Holt Davis. So a single for Tanner Nishioka. And now a man on for the Matsu Miners, bringing up J.J. Hancock, the catcher, to the plate. Hancock, a 189 batting average on the year. Did not play yesterday, but against the game 2 games ago. On July 9th, he went 0 for 4. The first pitch from Owens, bunt laid down the third base line. Patrick Cromwell grabs it. His sharp throw to first in time. But the sacrifice complete. as Tanner Nishioka advances to second base. And now a man in scoring position and one out for the Matsu Miners, and this is where this team is most dangerous. So now Connor Wanhanen to the plate out of TCU. Wanhanen, the highly coveted prospect out of TCU, the Big 12's Freshman of the Year, first team All-College World Series tournament, has not lived up to expectations thus far. As first pitch from Caden Owens, swing and a miss, strike one. Wanhanen, one of the best friends of Chinooks reliever Travis Stone. They were joking around before the game, and Wanhanen saying, maybe I'll try to turn it on, because one of their high school summer ball teammates was hitting better than him. But would bat a big adjustment, and that could have some to do with the struggles of Connor Wanhanen, who's batting only .135 on the season. But that's another kind of one of the really good things about the Alaska Baseball League. Gives these guys an opportunity to work with wood bats when they're using metal during the collegiate season. The 1-1 pitch from Owens. And trying to check his swing is Wanhanen, but the appeal to the umpire says that he went. So 1 ball, 2 strike. Connor Wanhanen, his only 2 RBIs of the season came against the Chinooks in the 13-2 destruction at Herman Brothers Field. Kind of the one real bad game that these two teams have played all year. 1-2 pitch for Wanhanen. Pop up, fly ball into left. Under it to make the grab is Cam Baronic for the second out of the inning. So Caden Owens gets Connor Wanhanen. And now with 2 down and a runner on second, Caleb Wood will be the batter for the Matsu Miners. Wood out of Gonzaga, one of a couple of guys from Gonzaga, including Calvin LeBrun, Taylor Jones, Eli Morgan. The names just continue and continue. First pitch from Owens. That fastball inside at the knees. Ball 1. Wood comes into the game batting .212, but he went 2 for 3 yesterday against the Fish. Picked himself up an RBI. Kind of the killer for the Matsu Miners is you never know who's going to produce for them on any given day. 1-0 the count. And Owens outside. Ball 2. And if I'm Caden Owens, you probably don't want to walk Caleb Wood, because then you got guys on first and second for Brick Paskowitz. It's not a situation I'd rather pitch to 212 than to 370 any day. 2-0, and Caden's misses outside again. 3 straight balls delivered by Caden Owens to Caleb Wood. Falling behind in this count, 3-0. But he battled back in counts already today. And that's upstairs, ball 4. Caleb Wood trots over to first with a walk-in on 4 pitches. So now runners at first and second, 2 outs here, top of the second inning. A scoreless game. But with Brick Paskowitz to the plate, the Matsu Miners threatening. So Paskowitz steps in. An 8-game hitting streak. Curveball from Caden Owens finds the zone, strike 1. And Brick, kind of like an 8-tool player, I guess, because he can pitch too. He can pitch, he can field, he can hit, he can run. Kind of all over the place with that guy. 0-1, the runners go. The throw to second base, that's going to skip past the second baseman, going to come in to score. No one there to make the grab to try to get Caleb Wood out at second. And on the error there, coming around to score is Tanner Nishioka. So 1-0 Matsu Miners. And that was not what the Chinooks were looking for there. So 1-0 Miners. 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Brick Paskowitz the batter. Caleb Wood the runner at second base. Owens sets, and he fires. Another swing and a miss there. Fastball on the inside. Gets Paskowitz to whiff at that one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second. Caden Owens trying to get out of this inning after an unfortunate break allows the Miners on the board. They lead 1-0. Owens looks back to second, the 1-2, and that one's popped up in foul ground. Patrick Cromwell blocking the sun with his glove. He's going to try to make the grab, and he will for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Matsu Miners, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 man left aboard. And they lead this game 1-0 in the middle of the 2nd inning of play. And let's just talk about social media. So just a reminder that you can keep in touch with the Chinooks online all season long. Visit the team's official website at www.cerchinooks.com for everything Chinooks, including the team's schedule, roster, photos, and the history of the AIA baseball in Alaska. And if you're on Facebook, give the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks a like and follow the team on Twitter at CER Chinooks. New to this year is our live broadcast video stream. If you're on Google+, you can add the Chinooks radio to your circle, or to tune in each night, just go to cerchinooks.com and click the Nooks Nation icon on the bottom of the page. And kind of a big congratulations to a former AIA baseball guy currently playing in the majors, Kirk Neuenhuis, former Alaska Baseball League MVP, playing for Chris Beck's 2007 ABL championship team. He hit 3 home runs in his first 3 at-bats today with the New York Mets. So what a day, a 3 home run game for Kirk Neuenhuis. But now we head to the bottom of the 2nd. The Chinooks trailing 1-0 in this game. The batter is Andrew Mogg. Mogg out of Virginia Tech awaits the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. The Chinooks went down 1-2-3 to Zach Warren in the top of the 1st inning. 0-1 the count. Warren sets, delivers. And Mogg takes that one low and away. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Moggy riding a 6-game hit streak into this contest. He went 1 for 1 yesterday in a pinch hit appearance, grabbed himself an RBI. And Moggy fouls that one over the Miner dugout down the right field line. So they'll count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moggy, 270 batting average on the year, 12 RBIs, 2 dingers for the Filipino phenom out of Virginia Tech. The 1-2. And Moggy just gets a piece of that one. Fouls it down the, kind of just in the dirt behind the plate. So staying alive in this count is Andrew Mogg. The count 1-2. Nobody out here, 1-0 Matsu Miners in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Warren, the pitch, curveball, and Mogg just got a piece of that one again. So extending this at-bat is Andrew Mogg.
That's the kind of at-bats guys like that, guys like Mogg really need to have. Make it longer, make the pitcher work, and this is a key reason why his on-base percentage is .373.
And Andrew Mogg rips that pitch deep. Going back is Brick Paskowitz, and it's going to drop in right center field. Andrew Mogg rounding first, going to second, and standing at second with a double is Andrew Mogg. The first hit of the game for the Chinooks. Andrew Mogg extending his hit streak to 7, and the Filipino phenom continues to produce at the plate for the Fish.
Yeah, that could have been a lot more as the ball got down between Caruso and Paskowitz. But Paskowitz, if you probably weren't able to see it on the webcam or anything, but Paskowitz made a very good defensive play out in right center, going back and barehanding the ball and turning around, flipping all in one motion to get the ball back into the infield. If he misses that barehand or bobbles it at all, Mogg could be seeing it at third or maybe even keep running.
Yeah. So Dave Morton to the plate, man on second. Morton lays the bunt down the third base line. Advancing to third is Andrew Mogg, and the sacrifice complete for Dave Morton as Niles Nygaard guns him out on a very close play. over at first base. So Mogg at third, nobody out. Holt Davis to the plate.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 55, Holt Davis.
Davis, 222 on the season, 6 RBIs, 2 triples on the year. He went 0 for 2 yesterday after replacing Michael Stauninger in the middle of the game after Stauninger got injured on the base path. First pitch to Davis, big hack. Strike one. Holt Davis out of the University of Alabama, Birmingham, playing first base this evening. Andrew Mogg at third base. The Chinooks trail 1-0. Davis trying to drive the run in, and he swings at the same pitch twice in a row, swing and a miss. Looks like a changeup there from Zach Warren. A deep fly ball will score. Andrew Mogg here, hopefully. But you got to get there. 0-2 the count to Holt Davis. Warren delivers, and swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Holt Davis strikes out on 3 pitches. So now with 2 outs, Andrew Mogg still standing at third, and Will Bass to the plate. Yeah, Will Bass celebrating his 21st birthday here this afternoon. Happy birthday to Will Bass. And if you are connected with us on Facebook, you'll see that we uploaded a picture of Will Bass back when he was the bat boy for the AIA Fire back in 2006. First pitch to Will Bass. And that's low and away. Almost slipped past the catcher, J.J. Hancock. That would have scored Andrew Mogg probably, but Hancock with a good defensive play behind the plate, blocking that one, preventing the advance. 1-0 the count to the shortstop, Will Bass. And Bass grounds that one back to the pitcher. And he's going to run it out. The play at first will be in time, very close. Tanner Nishioka scooping that one out of the dirt to end the inning. So the Chinooks threaten no runs on 1 hit. 1 man left aboard. And after 2 innings of play, we are still tied up, or we are still trailing 1-0 here to the Matsu Miners. We are going to step off for just a second, but don't go anywhere. Back for the top of the third. You are listening to Chinooks Radio.
And that's what we're going to do right now.
Back here for the top of the third inning, the Chinooks trailing 1-0 to the Matsu Miners. Caden Owens back out to the mound to face Tyler Wolf. Wolf singled his first time up, got things started for the Matsu Miners. Their first hit of the ball game. And the first pitch to Tyler Wolf is fouled back. So the count 0-1 here. Lefty-righty matchup favorable for the Kansas State Wildcats. Tyler Wolf. 0-1 coming from Owens, and he's going to rip that one into deep left field. Going back is Cam Baronic, and that's going to drop right in front of the wall. Baronic grabs it, turns, relay throw, but standing in at second with a double, Tyler Wolf. So a man on second in Tyler Wolf, and the batter is going to be the very dangerous Alex Caruso. Caruso batting .372. He's essentially been a fish killer. The center fielder out of St. John's. But Tyler Wolf, not usually the guy you'd expect to produce like that. And that's when things get real sticky against the Matsu Miners when you get to the heart of their order. And Caruso showing bunt first pitch and fouled it back. Does not come down quick enough for Andrew Mogg to make the grab on the foul pop-out, but 0-1 the count to Caruso. Caruso yesterday just went 1 for 1. But he was walked twice and did come around to score a run. The first team All-Big East player this year, second team All-Big East last year with the St. John's Red Storm. 0-1, Caruso showing bunt again, but he's going to pull back quickly as that one sails low in the dirt. Scooped up by Mogg. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. A man on second, 1-0 Matsu Miners here in the top of the 3rd inning. Taking his lead at second, Tyler Wolf the pitch. And the curveball missing again. The appeal to the field umpire says he did not go. 2 balls, 1 strike the count, nobody out here. At Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak. The Miners holding a 1-0 lead, looking to extend it. Pitch, and the bunt is laid down there. And the throw to first will be in time, but the sacrifice complete. Tyler Wolf advancing to third. Alex Caruso down on the 1-3 sacrifice. So now with a runner on third and 1 out, Matt DiOrio is going to step up to the plate. DiOrio's first time up, reached on a fielder's choice. Tyler Wolf at third. First pitch from Owens. Fastball on the outside. Missing. The count 1-0. DiOrio, a very, very dangerous batter. At least, statistically speaking, for the Chinooks. And the 1-0 pitch from Caden Owens bouncing about 3 feet shy, about 1.5 feet shy of the plate. But Andrew Mogg there to block it. So just 2-0 the count, but credit Mogg's catching skills there because if he lets that one slip by, the score's 2-0. Matsu Miners, but blocking that one, preventing the advance. Here comes the 2-0 from Caden Owens, and that one, a fastball, is going to find the outside corner of the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Tyler Wolf at third. In the top of the 3rd inning here, with the Miners holding a 1-0 lead over the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The pitch. And curveball missing on the outside, so now a hitter's count for Matt DiOrio. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the 3-1. And that one's popped up in the infield. Under it, Holt Davis. And he's going to make the grab there after having to dance, kind of fighting the sun there. Dancing around, making everyone here at Lee Jordan Field a little bit nervous.
Yeah, that's a big out because it leaves the runner at third base, unable to advance and just an out away from getting out of this jam.
Exactly, and that was exactly the kind of out that the Chinooks needed. Basically that or a strikeout. Maybe a 1-3 ground out, hard to tell. But regardless, the Chinooks getting what they needed, and now Niles Nygaard to the plate. First pitch to Nygaard, upstairs and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count here, runner on third, 2 outs is the situation. Curveball from Caden Owens missing on the outside, moves the count to 2-0. Owens falling behind to Niles Nygaard. Nygaard his first time up. Flew out to Cam Baronic in left field to end the top of the 1st inning. 2-0 pitch, and that one's grounded to the shortstop. Hunter Hanks sharply. Hanks will throw it to Holt Davis at first in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Miners threaten in the top of the 3rd inning, but cannot add anything. And the score, we are in the middle of 3. 1-0 Matsu Miners.
Yeah, that was a good job by Caden to just kind of dice his way out of danger, and it looked like the Miners might have an easy opportunity to tack a run on, but the Chinooks did the exact same thing the inning before. Got a leadoff double, bunt him over to third, and then the pitcher is able to get the next three in order.
It almost seemed like kind of an identical inning to what the Chinooks did in the bottom of the second with Andrew Moggs leadoff double and then Dave Morton advancing him, but the Chinooks unable to produce there. So 1-0 still the score, and this is the kind of dangerous game that you can play against the Matsu Miners. You let these guys on the board early, and the Rally and the Valley can pitch their way through pretty much anything if your offense can't produce. So not only, basically in order to beat the Matsu Miners, on one of the days that we're accustomed to seeing the Miners, obviously, there will be some slip-ups with this team. We saw that a couple days ago when the Fish put up 6 runs in the first 2 innings. But normally, you're going to play a 2-3 game, a 1-0 game against the Miners. So now Hunter Hanks to the plate to start off the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score still 1-0 in favor of the Matsu Miners. The Miners with 1 run on 3 hits. The Chinooks with no runs on just 1 hit. First pitch at the bottom of the 3rd. That's going to miss a fastball on the lower outside corner. Ball 1. Hanks batting a .143 on the season, 5 ribbies. 0 for 3 yesterday at Herman Brothers Field. And Hanks grounds that one to the pitcher. He's going to quickly make the throw to first. The 1-3. It's like a weak ground ball. Didn't look like much contact at all. Kind of ball that you'd hope would go foul when you hit it like that, but Zach Warren just picks it up, makes a clean throw to first base, and 1 down here for the Chinooks. In the bottom of the 3rd now, Jacob Brobst to the plate. .297 batting average on the year. He takes outside, ball 1. Brobst out of The Ohio State University is leading the Fish in batting average this season. The 1-0 pitch to Jacob Brobst. And that misses on the outside again, a fastball. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. 1-0 Matsu Miners in the bottom of the 3rd inning here. The 2-0 coming from Zach Warren, and swing there from Jacob Brobst just kind of tips it off the top of the back, and it goes back into the backstop. Of course, if you haven't come to a Chinooks game, you will learn that there are 2 games going on at one time. There's the baseball game and then the bat boy balls into the backstop game. And sometimes the latter will be more entertaining. So that one misses low. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jacob Brobst. Warren sets, delivers. Ball 4, low and away, ball 4. So trotting over to first base is Jacob Brobst, the first base runner of the inning for the Chinooks, and now they got a man aboard with 1 down here. Just the second base runner of the day for the Fish, and now Patrick Cromwell to the plate. And you look at Cromwell riding a 4-game hit streak. And since Jordan Vieira moved him to the leadoff spot, it has been a night and day difference between what we have seen from him. There is very few guys in the Alaska Baseball League I would want on my team more than Patrick Cromwell right now. First pitch to Cromwell. Fastball low and inside. Strike 1. Or no, ball 1. Check that. Four multi-hit games in July for the California kid. 1-0 from Zach Warren. And that's inside, ball 2. Cromwell getting ahead in this count, 2-0. And J.J. Hancock's going to trot out to the mound to have a word with his fireball pitcher, Zach Warren.
And just hasn't had the same control he's had in the first 2 innings, walking Brobst's first walk of the day. Just the second base runner against him, but Hancock going out there and making sure they're all on the same page.
Absolutely, Garen. Talking about Zach Warren out of the University of Tennessee, just completing his freshman year, one of the real, highly touted guys, especially arms. A left-handed pitcher that can throw hard. Taking inside, ball 3. Patrick Cromwell, so 3-0.
Hey, Cromwell's a guy that walks a lot, 12 on the year, among the leaders in the league in walks, but Ball away from number 13.
3-0 the count. Warren delivers. And that's going to be inside ball 4. So aboard on a 4-pitch walk is Patrick Cromwell, and now with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. The Fish have runners at 1st and 2nd with Matt Ferrudo to the plate. And like I mentioned, though Ferrudo is struggling a little bit, he did go 2 for 3 off Zach Warren in the June 28th matchup back here. And coming out to the mound is Matt Greeley, the pitching coach for the Matsu Miners. He's just going to have a quick word with his pitcher. No action whatsoever in the Matsu Miner bullpen. And they're basically going to just ask him what's going on with the control.
Yeah.
You got to calm down, hit your spots.
Probably pitching coach usually will see something within the arm action or the follow or even bottom half with the legs. They might be seeing something that needs an adjustment to help them throw strikes, but Chinook hitters will take anything they can get right now off of Warren, knowing that against a team like the Miners, base runners are so precious. Actually, I was having a conversation with Jordan Vieira before the game today. He and I were talking a little bit about some numbers and, just statistics in general, what they mean. And I just kind of looked at him and said, hey, simplify it. Billy Bean says, just get on base, and he had to laugh and agree about that.
So Matt Greeley trots back into the Miner dugout, and Matt Ferrudo in the box. The first pitch from Zach Warren, low and away, ball 1. Just 1 strike in the last 9 pitches, or 10 pitches.
And that was fouled off.
And just fouled off. 1-0 the count. Runners on 1st and 2nd. 1-0 Matsu Miners the pitch. And that one nips the inside corner. A called strike. Finally hitting the strike zone is Zach Warren. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Matsu Miners lead 1-0. Runners at 1st and 2nd in Jacob Brobst and Patrick Cromwell. They both got on by walking, and taking a low and inside pitch is Matt Ferrudo. That's going to move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. And this is a big time. The Chinooks have to kind of strike here. If you think about it, there's not going to be many more times when you'll catch Zach Warren in like a more off moment than they have him now, where he is struggling to throw strikes, falling behind in at-bats. And Matt Ferrudo, a guy that has ripped his share of doubles off the Matsu Miners, done his damage this season to the rally in the valley, and now would be a key opportunity to strike again. The 2-1 pitch coming from Warren. And Ferrudo swinging.
He came inside with that one. Ferrudo didn't get his hands out soon enough, but now he's down at a 2-2 count and having a chance to defend.
And if you'll notice, that's something the Miners pitchers do very effectively. They'll pitch you inside a lot more than some of the other teams in this league, and that's something that when the Chinooks struggle, you won't see them be going inside. They'll be throwing outside pitches. A curveball. Ferrudo fouls that one hard down the first base line. Staying alive in this at count. He's staying alive in the count here, 2-2. 1 out here, runners at 1st and 2nd. The Chinooks trying to get on the board here at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak. So the 2-2 pitch about to come from Zach Warren. He delivers, and Matt Ferrudo grounds that one to the shortstop. 6-4-3. They got him. It was actually a 4-6-3. I misspoke, but Matt Ferrudo grounding into the double play there. And the Chinooks go down scoreless again here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Chinooks with no runs on no hits, 2 men left aboard. And we are going to step off for a second. The Chinooks still trail in this ball game 1-0. You are listening to Chinooks Radio. Don't go anywhere.
Top of the fourth inning underway. The Chinooks trailing the Matsu Miners by a score of 1-0. And another matchup of National League teams in the Alaska Baseball League. Miners have gotten their one run on 3 hits on a Chinook error. That's the first offering of the inning is outside to Tanner Nishioka for ball 1 from Caden Owens. Owens has pitched well through 3 so far. Has walked a pair, but he's been able to get out of each inning cleanly outside of just the 1 run of the second. He misses lone away from that one, ball 2. And Caden, he'll be heading back home to Jinx, Oklahoma on Tuesday. Here's the 2-0. That's outside corner for a strike to Nishioka. As he's still pitching with a broken hand. You see he had surgery on a bone in that right hand. He is a left-handed pitcher, so no worries there. So here's the 2-1. Inside, misses 3-1. And he suffered another fracture in the same bone. So his coaches at Oral Roberts said, come home and get that taken care of. No need to get it damaged any further. Nishioka hits this one a mile high to the right side of things, and that'll hook Fallon out of play, so the count will go full on Nishioka. Nishioka singled and scored back in the second inning. Came home on a stolen base of third. A throwing error on the catcher, Mogg. He ended up coming around and getting the lone run of the ball game. Here's the payoff pitch from Caden Owens, and Nishioka lines this one into center field. It'll get past David Morton and go all the way to the wall. Nishioka has extra bases. He's rounding second, heading for third, and he should be standing with a triple. The throw will be cut off and knocked down by Cromwell at third base, but a leadoff triple for Tanner Nishioka.
And Nishioka, who's hit in 9 of his last 10 ball games that he's appeared in, continues to tear it up. Came into this game with a 375 mark and already 2 for 2 on the day.
Yep. Among the leaders in hitting, actually leading the Miners in hitting, now with 2 hits on the day, has J.J. Hancock, left-handed hitting catcher from Washington State. A lefty-lefty matchup here between him and Owens. The infield is going to draw in with the runner at third and nobody out. Here's the first offering. Hancock hits this one in the air. Right center field. Going back is Brooks. Going back is Morton. Morton is in the alley to make the catch, but tagging and heading home is Nishioka. And a quick score for the Miners here in the top of the fourth to make it 2-0. So give Hancock the credit with the RBI. And his second sacrifice hit of the day did have a sac bunt earlier, so he's still 0 for on the day with an RBI. So 1 gone for Connor Wanhanen. First offering, and Wanhanen squares the button. Owens hits him. Not a bad place to pitch Wanhanen inside, and he kind of ducked down, and that got him around the shoulder. So he goes to first. Now Caleb Wood.
At the plate for the Miners, number 6, Caleb Wood.
Still 1 out, and just 1 pitch would get Owens out of the inning. As Caleb Wood, he was the hero last night. Went 2 for 3 with an RBI against the Chinooks. Stands in from the right side. Owens checking 100 at first. He goes home, and that's fouled back up over the screen by Caleb Wood. Wood hitting .212 coming into play. Does have a .316 on base percentage. That lone RBI came yesterday. How about that? Breaking ball from Owens. It's blocked by Mogg at the plate. Makes it a 1-1 count. But it'll be tough to see Caden go. Just one of those battlers. And the Chinooks uniform that we've had this year has done everything he's asked to do. Play center field for the injured Cameron Boronik. Play right. That pitch is in there. And actually, no, off the outside corner, 2-1. Just been a guy to just contribute in every way possible. Had a torrid hitting streak at one point. Got on base. He leads the Fish in stolen bases as well. Here on the mound with his first start. And there's ground ball to third. Cromwell can't get to it. It's going to be a seeing eye single through the hole on the left side of the infield. And it'll be a 1-out base hit for Caleb Wood. Runners at first and second and just 1 gone.
Batting for the Miners, number 1,
Here's Brick Paskowitz. 0 for 2. Struck out to lead off the ball game. And then flew out to Patrick Cromwell to end the second. 2-0 Miners. We're in the top of inning number 4. And this, the 11th matchup between the Chinooks and the Matsu Miners. Just 2 regular season meetings remaining, both of them at Herman Brothers Field. That'll be the end of next weekend. Not this one coming, but the one following. First offering from Owens, outside and away to Brick Paskowitz for ball 1. But Caden at Oral Roberts just finished his freshman year. He's headed back for year number 2 with the Golden Eagles. They had a pretty good year, looking to bounce back again. And Paskowitz yanks this one down the right field line. That's inside of the line, and Jacob Brooks, the right fielder, all the way to the wall. Coming around and scoring is Juan Han, and coming around third is Caleb Wood. The throw to the plate is cut off, and a 2-run triple for Brick Paskowitz. And he continues to be a pest for the Chinooks, both on the hill and in the batter's box. Give him a couple of RBIs, and now the Miners lead it 4-0.
And Jordan Vieira's going to trot out to the mound, and looks like this could be it for Caden Owens' season with the Chinooks. And the call to the bullpen is made. But let's just take a second to give a big season shout-out for Caden Owens, a great baseball player and just a phenomenal guy to be around. We will miss him dearly over the next couple of weeks, but substitution now, Grant Page coming to the game.
And with that, we'll step aside, get our substitutions made, and we'll be right back on Chinooks Radio. Tyler Wolf to the mound to the plate, that is. New on the hill is Grant Page for the Chinooks. Tyler Wolf, 2 for 2, a single and a double. He's been stranded both times he's been on base, but Caden Owens done after 3 1/3. Here's the first offering for Grant Page. That's going to be a little bit low, ball 1. Caden goes 3 1/3, 6 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout. And the only runner he's responsible for right now is Brick Paskowitz. That's high 2-0 on base, so the most he can allow is 5 runs, but only 3 so far of the 4 plated by the Miners today are earned. The first run of the ball game was an unearned run. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Wood takes it outside corner for a strike from Grant Page. Grant, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore to be from Stephen F. Austin. Fastball, curveball, slider. Here's his 2-1 offering. That's upstairs with the curveball. 3-1. How this inning happened, well, Tanner Nishioka led things off with a triple. Now, sac fly from J.J. Hancock for the first out. Connor Wanhana was then hit by a pitch. That's upstairs, ball 4 to Tyler Wolf. So runners at first and third, 1 gone. And Caleb Wood with a single. Got runners at first and second. And then Brick Paskowitz cleared the slate with a 2-run triple. Makes it 4-0 Miners now, just in the top of the 4th inning. Alex Caruso will stand in. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. Grant Page with a double play ball in effect takes strike 1, does Alex Caruso. Guy who's having quite the year, getting on base at 479. That is St. John's. So Page is ready. Coming set, belt high. Checking a first. Here's the 0-1. That's outside 1-1. Grant's from Sugar Land, Texas. Fellow home of Chinooks assistant coach Taylor White. Braxton Wilkes also very close to that area. Here's the 1-1 offering from Grant Page to Alex Caruso. Here it comes. Breaking ball hit in the air. Left field. Not very deep. Cameron Baranek is under it. Brick taking a tag, and he'll hold up at 3rd. And they're going to have a runner caught in between 1st and 3rd. And Cromwell goes to Davis. Davis between 1st and 2nd. Now a throw to 3rd. Hanks has it to home. The tag on Brick. Got him at the plate.
See ya, Brick!
What a double play for the Chinooks. Cameron Baranek catches the fly ball. And then they double up Brick Paskowitz. It looks like they were going to get Tyler Wolf between 1st and 3rd. So it actually went 8-5-3. And then Holt Davis, the first baseman, went to the shortstop Hunter Hanks, who threw home to Andrew Mogg to get Brick Paskowitz. How about that? Well, since I'm the official scorer, I'd better let Andrew take a minute and get us through this half inning.
The Chinooks defense basically looked Brick Paskowitz into his eyes through his kind of flowing long hair as he came home and said, "Brick, what are you doing here? Gone." Brick Paskowitz out at home with the double play, and that was key for the Chinooks to get Brick there because trailing in this game 4-1. If you fall behind by, or 4-0, I should say, if you fall behind by kind of any more than that to the Matsu Miners, they'll get you, but the Chinooks have showed their ability to come back in ball games before, and Cam Baranek going to lead things off for the Fish here. And Baranek, what a guy to have up. Baranek 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out swinging his first time up, but riding a 5-game hit streak, has reached base in every ABL game thus far this year. Garrett?
And they'll face Zach Warren for the 2nd time today. Takes first pitch breaking ball for strike 1. And Baranek struck out looking his first time around. Here's the 0-1, and that's another breaking ball outside. He was the count up at 1-1. The send-off for Caden Owens will be underway here between today and tomorrow. Have an off day. Here's the 1-1. Baranek swings and misses at the pitch from Warren. But then you kind of look at guys on the roster that have similar skill sets and who can step up. And to me, first guy that jumps off the page as Baranek fouls that ball off at the plate. Keeps the count at 1-2, and an outfielder and a pitcher that can step in and do some things both at the plate and on the mound. Luke Eichste.
And what we saw from Eichste against the Gold Panthers was, even though he did get hit kind of hard, he got through it, and he showed that. Despite his age, he is as much of a baller as anyone.
He was recruited to go to UAB as an outfielder, hasn't touched a bat so far this summer. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Baranek, and he bounces that one found first base side, and we'll stay at 1-2. So we'll see where Jordan Vieira gets out of the lineup card from here on out. I know it's been one of those times where they may not be able to keep the same lineup. Baranek fouls another pitch off. Still 1-2, but here these last few games, especially since Owens hasn't been able to play in the outfield. Been used primarily as a pitcher. The same lineup has kind of fleshed its way out. Of course, you gotta kind of wait for Braxton Wilkes to recover from a start from yesterday before you throw him back out in the outfield. That pitch is low. 2-2. And it looks like we might have some field work at the end of this game. Windscreen starting to come up in right center. Might have to do that between innings.
Uh-oh.
Send an outfielder out with some zip ties. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Baranek. He lines that one right back up the middle of base hit. That's quite the at-bat for Cameron Baranek, extending his hitting streak to 6 games now.
And continues his having reached base in every single Alaska Baseball League game he's appeared in this year. And
now 10 of 25 over his last 6 games. And the last 2 nights against the Miners, he's now 5 of 10 and even 500. So Andrew Mogg comes to the plate. Nice guy to have at the plate with a runner aboard. First offering to Mogg, outside corner for a strike.
And Mogg extending his hit streak to 7 games. During his first at-bat, he doubled. Could not come around to score, though, after the Chinooks went down 1-2-3 after he led things off.
So Warren, the left-hander, coming set. The 0-1 pitch to Mogg, and he swings and hits a towering drive to left field, but not very deep. Connor Wanhanen is underneath of it in left center and makes the catch. 2 gone. Or, excuse me, 1 away. That brings up David Morton. And you kind of wait for Andrew Mogg to get under a pitch like that. And he did so. Just wasn't able to drive it where he would have liked. But David Morton, a sacrifice his first time around, so he's still over on the day. But Andrew Mogg over for the first out of the second inning. But Morton hitting .271, a home run, 5 RBIs. Went 1 for 4 in last night's contest. 1 gone in a 4-0 game owned by the Miners so far. Takes first pitch right over the plate. David Morton has Xavier, a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, where Major League All-Star game will be taking place in the next couple of days. That's in the dirt, blocked by Hancock, but on his way to second base is Cameron Baranek on the wild pitch. So 1-1 moves the count against Morton. Chinooks still looking for their first run of the game. Andrew Mogg, the closest thing to it. They've now left 2 runners in scoring position. Only had 2 runners left on at the end of these innings. And that's lined towards first. Nishioka makes the catch in the hole. The throw to second is in time. Double play as they double up Baranek.
As we reach the top of the 5th inning, we score the Miners 4, the Chinooks 0.
So after 4, still 4-0 Miners. We'll be right back on your home for the Chinooks.
Sports 590.
We move on to the 5th inning of play here at Loretta French Park in Chugiak, Alaska. Matt DiOrio, Niles Nygaard, Tanner Nishioka will lead off for the Matsu Miners. They lead 4-0 over the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Fish have only had 2 base hits and only 2 men left on. And 2 double plays for the Miners have swatted all chances to score today. First offering from Grant Page misses down and in to Matt DiOrio, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the 1-0. Page delivers it low and inside again, 2-0. Miners have gotten their 4 runs on 6 hits. All of them to Caden Owens, just 3 of them earned, who started the first 3 and a third innings today. Pitch low and inside from Grant Page, 3-0 to DiOrio. But now, Grant Page, who normally a starter in the rotation, his turn to pitches. That's high and upstairs, ball 4. Hasn't pitched in a while, and he walks the first hitter of the 5th inning, Matt DiOrio. Second walk of the day for him. First walk against Grant Page. That brings up Niles Nygaard. Nygaard, 0 for 2. First offering from the right-hander Grant Page brushes him off the plate inside 1-0. Nygaard of Washington, hitting .266 entering play. He'll be a sophomore next year with the Huskies. Grant Page checking the runner at first. Here's the 1-0. Inside. Corner for a strike. Miners got a run in the second inning to start the scoring, and then got 3 in the 4th. When Tanner Nishioka led things on with a triple, and then Mark Paskowitz would triple later on to get a couple more runs home. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Nygaard takes it outside corner for strike 2. So Grant Page working in relief today. Just the second time this year he's done so. Among the leaders in innings pitched with the Chinooks, well over 28. 1-2 is the count against Nygaard. Here's the pitch. Big breaking ball inside to Nygaard. Almost got him on the front arm. Count goes to 2-2. But Grant comes in with a record of 1-2, 3.45 ERA. Page is set. Here's the 2-2 offering to Nygaard. Swung on broken bat. Roller to second base. Will Bass scoops it up, and the birthday boy throws out Nygaard for the first out of the inning. So Nygaard goes down 4-3, but advances DiOrio to second. So 1 away for Tanner Nishioka. He's only 2 for 2 with a pair of runs scored today. And he is on his way to potentially hitting 400 in this league by the time it's all said and done. Very close to it.
He was almost forced into a backup role for the majority of the season, but he basically hit his way into the lineup. There was no way you could keep a guy like this on the bench. And Ben Taylor having to make some adjustments in the field, but Nishioka pretty much in the lineup every single day.
First offering, Nishioka grounds at the shortstop. Hunter Hanks up with it. The throw to first is in plenty of time to get Nishioka, so he is retired quickly for the second out of this inning, but Matt DiOrio advancing on another ground out. He's at third base now with 2 outs. To bring up J.J. Hancock, a pair of sacrifices today. He had a sac bunt in the second to get Nishioka to second base. And then had a sac fly in the 4th to get the scoring going in that inning. Low and inside, ball 1. Hancock only hitting 189 entering play with 3 RBIs. Does have some power. Haven't really seen much of it this summer, though, with the Wood Bats. So 1-0 to begin the count. Low and inside from Grant Page. Count goes 2-0. Hancock actually led the state of Washington in home runs his senior year of high school. Great upside. Quite the prospect for Washington State, the Cougars. 2-0, here's the pitch from Page. Low and inside again. Bounced in there to Andrew Mogg, who knocks it down. 3-0, keeping the runner DiOrio at third base. Getting a look around the Alaska Baseball League here real quick on a scoreboard brought to you by the Alaska Club. Chinooks and the Miners in the top of the 5th with a score of 4-0 for the Miners. Glacier Pilots and Peninsula Oilers. As that's on the outside corner from Grant Page. The count was 3-1. Stats say it's in the top of the sixth, but they were in the sixth when we got started here. About 50 minutes late today. But it's still scoreless game. They could be in some rain, in a rain delay. We'll check up on that later. Brooks is underneath the fly ball off the bat of J.J. Hancock, and he comes in and makes the grab to retire the side. So the Miners held off the board yet again, leaving a runner at third. So that, I'll have to check on the status of that one, because that should be over by now. That was a 2 o'clock start in Kenai. Here you go 4 hours later.
Yeah, I'll check out a weather report right now.
Later on tonight at 7 o'clock at Groudon Memorial Park in Fairbanks, the Anchorage Bucks and the Alaska Gold Painters, they'll go at it yet again. The Bucks swept the Painters yesterday, and they've done so all weekend long. The Bucks got up there on Friday, won 8-1, then won the first game of that doubleheader last night 13-2, and then won the nightcap 4-0 against the team of the Frontier, the Alaska Gold Painters, and those 3 wins have moved the Bucks to 10-11. They are just a game and a half behind the Peninsula Oilers, who lost yesterday to the Glacier Pilots in Kenai.
And Garrett,
that score was 6-5.
Update on Kenai, weather.com says there is currently a fair amount of precipitation and 10-mile-an-hour winds down there on the Kenai Peninsula. So it's either them not keeping score after the 6th inning, or the more likely assumption that they're in a rain delay. But with Kenai, you never know.
And right on the coast there, right off the inlet. And they do get a lot of weather this time of year there. But with the lack of social media presence for those 2 teams, we really have no idea. It's all speculation. Here's the first hitter on the bottom of the 5th for the Chinooks. It's Holt Davis. He swings and misses at a changeup from Zach Warren.
Yeah, Holt went down swinging 3 straight pitches his first time up.
0 for 1 on the day. Comes in hitting .222. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Warren. Downstairs below the knees. 1-1. Holt gets on base, though, at a .340 average. Was 0 for 2 last night when he came on for the injured Michael Staudinger. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, and he half-hearted swings. It's going to drop in front of the shortstop, Tyler Wolf, to throw on a first just in time to get Holt Davis. Kind of had an excuse-me swing on it. He'll be the first out of the inning.
A very, very, very close play at first there. And
Number 6 will pass the birthday boy.
And honestly, maybe if Holt had, gotten a quicker step out of that one, it kind of looked like your routine flyout, but it dropped in there, and Holt having to shift it into second gear late, not quick enough, but it is what it is. 1 out here in the inning.
Brings up Will Bass, takes the first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Hancock knocking it down. Will Bass hitting .212 here in the month of July, starting to see the ball much better. Hitting from the left side. The 0-1 swing and a miss there. Moves the count to 1-1. Outfield for the Miners playing Bass the other way. Brick Paskowitz well off the line and right. And the center fielder Caruso pulled over towards the left center alley. Bass will show bunt. He pulls back, keeps it 2-1. So if he can get a hold of one, either yank it down the line or put one in the alley. In right center, he could be running for days. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Warren, a swing and a miss at a ball down in the dirt. So Zach Warren to 2-2 against Will Bass. Warren, just 2 hits, a pair of walks. Stranding. Just a couple Chinooks on base. That ball's hit the other way towards left center, and he gets it down. This is extra bases for Will Bass. He's on his way to second. Caruso over in the gap to knock it down, but a double for Will Bass on his 21st birthday. So he's in scoring position with 1 out for Hunter Hanks.
And Will Bass doing what he does best right there, shooting one in the gap and he can make what some batters might be a single into a double, and a double into a triple very quickly.
Here's Hunter Hanks, takes first pitch inside part of the plate from Zach Warren for strike one. So one thing we don't see Will Bass do a whole lot, or haven't seen much of it, and he went the other way. Good adjustment in a 2-2 count. Here's the 0-1. Hunter Hanks rolls it to third, but that'll be foul. Quickly 0-2. So Will Bass with the double, he now can have his birthday cake after the game. 0-2 against Hunter Hank. The pitch, he hits that ball in the air. Right side out of play. Rumor has it that Danielle Beck might have held it hostage, but we'll see. Developing story here.
Developing story.
4-0, the Miners on top of this one. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning at Loretta French Park in beautiful Chugiak, Alaska. 70 degrees at the start of today's game. Wind coming in now from right after starting the game, blowing out. Yep. The 0-2 inside to Hunter Hanks.
Garrett, what was the official start time on this one? Like 4:50?
About 4:53, what I had written down. 4 o'clock start was the initial first pitch, but a schedule mix-up. Throw back to second. Bass is in there safely with a head first dive. But umpires thought the game would start at 6. Everybody else was here and ready to go at 4, so they compromised and started a few minutes till 5. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hunter Hanks, and he hits that one over the head of Tanner Nishioka in the shallow right field. Will Bass advancing to third and will be held up. The throw behind down to first is not in time. So Hunter Hanks with a 1-out single the other way in the right field, but Chinooks at the corners.
And now the leader in batting average on the team, Jacob Brost, with runners at first and third. The Chinooks trailing in this one, trying to get the fish going and give him a shot in this ball game.
And Matt Greeley going to come to the mound here real quick, talking with his pitcher, Zach Warren. That's just the 4th hit of the day off of Warren, the 2nd of this inning. And Jacob Brost looking to get the Chinooks back into this one. The Miners getting 3 in the 4th to separate themselves.
The Fish have had their chances. That's the thing. Back in the 2nd, the leadoff double from Mogg, and then the sack to get him over to third. But 2 straight outs there left the Fish with nothing, and then a pair of walks back in the bottom of the 3rd, but could not produce anything. As, the strange, I believe that was the strange double play. Matt Ferrito hit into the 4-6-3, and then another double play back in the 4th. So
Brost will stand on in with a walk earlier. Just one of a few guys to be able to be on second base or beyond for the Chinooks today. Takes first pitch, strike. So the Buckeye will look to grip and rip here with 1 out. Runners at the corners. Warren looking back. Hunter Hanks at first. Here's the 0-1. Down in the dirt. Blocked by Hancock. Count goes to 1-1. Will Bass at third. He doubled with an out. Advancing the third on a single by Hunter Hanks just moments ago. Zach Warren 4 1/3 strong innings so far. Just a pair of walks, striking out 3, but 2 hits in this inning. Totaling in 4 for the Chinooks offense today. 1-1. Warren kicks and fires, blocked by Hancock, and on his way to second base with a stolen base is Hunter Hanks. He was off on the pitch, so we'll give it to him. So 2nd and 3rd, 1 gone, a 2-1 count on Jacob Brost. So now a single would cut the lead in half.
Absolutely.
Outfield playing Brost pretty much straight up, not very deep. Ropes, the guy very easily could yank one over the head of Juan Hanan or Caruso and plug the alley in left center. Pretty open spot out there. Ropes takes that one a little bit inside. 3-1. Ropes looking to possibly walk again for Patrick Cromwell at the top of the order, due up next. So Warren is ready. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Brooks. He swings, bounces it towards third. Nygaard, the third baseman, comes in, the throw to the plate. They're going to get Bass at home. So Brooks aboard on the fielder's choice, moving Hunter Hanks to third. 2 down. Tough to see a play like that. A promising rally going.
And the Chinooks need to capitalize here if they want really any shot of getting back in this game. They've already stranded a number of guys on base that, if a little bit here, a little bit there, and this could be a completely different complexity to this ball game. But as it stands right now,
gotta find a way to score runs. So 2 down, bottom of inning number 5. The Chinooks trailing 4-0. But their closest opportunity right there so far. But Zach Warren and the Matsu Miners playing strong and smart defense. Pickoff throw towards first, and Brobst gets back there safely. Warren almost threw it away. But a heads-up play by Nygaard. Knowing Bass was going home, didn't even hesitate to go to first. Not going to concede the run here. That's in the air, left side, hooking foul towards the Chinooks bullpen and out of play. So Patrick Cromwell up at the plate, looking to get the fish on the scoreboard with 2 outs in the bottom of inning number 5. They trail by 4. Cromwell 0 for 1 with a walk today. Warren is ready. Here's the 0-1 offering, and he swings, bounces that ball in front of the plate, first base side, and Hancock picks up, throw to first, and is in time. That retires the side. So after 5 innings of play, the Chinooks have failed to get on the board and trail the Matsu Miners 4-0. We'll be right back here on Chinooks Radio. To the 6th inning we go. The Chinooks trailing the Matsu Miners by a score of 4-0. Here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Chugiak, Alaska. First offering, the Connor Juan Hanan is swung on, poked in towards the shortstop Hunter Hanks, but he makes the grab on the line, and Juan Hanan sat down as the first hitter of this inning. I'll bring up Caleb Wood, walked and singled and scored in this one. The day after going 2 for 3 with an RBI last night. Grant Page on the hill in relief. And Caleb Wood pulls back on the showed bunt for ball 1. Caden Owens went the first 3 1/3, giving up the 4 runs. 3 of them were earned runs. Walked 2, struck out 1 on 6 hits Grant Page has been up there ever since, and Wood hits this one softly into your right side and out of play. Makes it a 1-1 count. As Caleb Wood looking to get something started again for the Miners. He's been the rally starter this last couple of nights. There's the 1-1 downstairs, 2-1 from Grant Page. And Grant just trying to keep this offense silent again. Here's the 2-1 offering. And that's a hit on the ground. 3-hopper to the shortstop, Hunter Hanks. He has it behind second base and throws out Wood for the second out of the inning. That'll bring the top of the order and Rick Paskowitz to the plate.
Hunter Hanks has his work cut out for him here in the top of the sixth already.
He's been busy these last couple innings. Paskowitz stands back in. 1 for 3 with a triple. And it was a 2-run variety. Miners were up 2-0 at that time. Breaking ball from Page is downstairs for ball 1. And now the Miners holding a 4-0 lead after that 2-run triple from Brick. It's not a save opportunity at the moment, but we'll see where it gets in the ninth because he sniped one last night. That one's grounded softly to the pitcher Page. He fields it cleanly. An underhand flip to Holt Davis at first, retires the side. So the Miners go in order for the first time tonight. Sat down by Grant Page. And now we head to the bottom of the fifth. Matt Fruto, Cameron Barak, and Andrew Mogg due up against Zach Warren. The Chinooks have had their chances. Andrew Mogg got to third base with 1 out in the second, failed to score. Jacob Brobst and Patrick Cromwell both walked with 1 out. They failed to score. Then in the fourth inning, Cameron Baranek singled, got to second on a wild pitch, failed to score. And then in the fifth inning, Will Bass with a 1-out double, got to third on a single by Hunter Hanks. He was gunned out at the plate, and Hanks got to third on the fielder's choice by Brobst that Bass was thrown out on, and they failed to score. So 3 separate occasions actually make that 4 that the Chinooks have had runners in scoring position today and have not had anything to show for it. So 4-0, they trail the Miners. Bottom of inning number 6 we go. As Matt Ferrito will lead things off. He grounded into a double play his last time up, struck out in the first. Ferrito, he was hitting .354 at the end of June. Nobody could contain him. Here's the first offering from Zach Warren. And he bangs that ball towards third base. Off the glove of Niles Nygaard. He's not going to have time to get Matt Ferrito, so he's going to get on there for the base hit.
Very, very close play over at first, but Ferrito just beating him out. Getting enough time there from the bobble there over at third from Niles Nygaard. Now the Fish have the leadoff man aboard, and the opportunities keep arising. When will they deliver is the question that everyone here wants to know.
That brings up Cameron Baranek. Baranek standing in, 1 for 2, hits this one high in the air, left side. Underneath of it is Connor Wanhana, and he's near the line and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Back to first goes Ferrito. And that'll bring up Andrew Mogg. Mogg doubled in the second to lead things off and then flew out to deep left his second time up. The catcher out of Virginia Tech standing in for the third time. That pitch is inside corner. Nips the corner from Zach Warren. Warren coming set. Here's the 0-1 offering. That's in the dirt, blocked by Hancock. Giving a look at Ferrito as he walks back to first. So Mogg will stand back in. He's ready. Warren kicks and fires, and Mogg with a drive to deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it will go foul. But Mogg showing the power on that foul ball.
My heart rate just increased like 700% upon contact there. Man, that's tough.
It was in there. He had the distance easily, just a little bit in front of him. So Mog will stand back in 1-2 against Warren, and everybody in the ballpark must know a changeup is coming here. Here's the 1-2 from Warren. He fires, breaking ball outside, 2-2 goes the count.
Curse of the commentator. But it was a ball, so hey, worked out.
So 2-2 count against Andrew Mogg. Ferrudo dances away from first. Warren with the check. Comes home, the 2-2, swung on, hit in the air, right sided out of play. So we'll stay at 2-2.
One of the sadder things I've ever heard, I hear a little kid out there crying, I wanted to see a home run. I'm like, yeah, me too, buddy. Maybe Mog can deliver one.
So Warren comes set again, the 2-2. Here it comes. And Mog fouls it off at the plate, staying alive, 2-2. Mog has had some good at-bats today. That double. Back in the second, he was down the count 1-2 when he hit that. So Mog will dig back in the box. Warren getting a sign, shaking off Hancock now 3 times before Mog will call time and step out. Wind blowing very lightly across right field towards left. Just enough to move the flag in center. Here's the 2-2, fouled off right side again, and Mog will get it out of play, sneaking along the right field line. We will stay at 2-2. Bottom of inning number 6, the Chinooks trailing the Miners 4-0. Zach Warren pitching another beauty. He is 2-1 on the year. Starting to taper off in terms of quality starts, but he's still making them. There's the 2-2, down the dirt, full count. So Andrew Mog getting everything he can out of Warren, making him earn against this at-bat. But Mog looking to do some damage. One swing of the bat would make this a 4-2 game. Warren checking Fruto at first. The 3-2, swing and a miss. He gets Mog for swinging for the second out of the inning. And can you believe it? Only the 3rd strikeout of Chinooks hitters today.
Wow.
2 quick ones in the first, but Warren has relied on his defense to get the rest of them. David Morton to the plate. Sack bunt in the second. Double play ball in the 4th. Hitting from the left side and from Xavier. First offering from Warren. That's a breaking ball. Hits the outside part of the plate for a strike. Morton's a guy that can sneak one out of here. He did earlier last week with a solo blast. 0-1 against him. Here's the pitch from Warren. Breaking ball, outside corner again. Strike 2. So 2 quick strikes. Warren checking Fruto at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fires home, breaking ball hit the other way towards left. Wanhana going back. Now he's under it. Makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. We have played 6 full, and the Miners have a 4-0 lead over the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Chinooks baseball.
We are going to give you a Chinooks
And we are heading into the top of the 7th here. 4-0 Matsu Miners is the score at Lee Jordan Field in Chugiak. Andrew Alex alongside Garrett Mansfield. First pitch here from Grant Page in the top of the 7th is driven right past Patrick Cromwell for a base hit. Cromwell about a foot away, but that ball was just laced right past him. So Tyler Wolf, his third base hit of the day, singled back in the first, doubled in the third. He actually walked in the fourth, so he's been on base all 4 times. He has come up to the plate. Now the Matsu Miners with a man on and nobody out in the top of the 7th. The batter is going to be Alex Caruso. Caruso 0 for 3 on the day. And Caruso showing bunt there, but goes foul down the third base line. So they count 0-1 to the St. John's center fielder, Alex Caruso. Grant Page, of course, out of Stephen F. Austin State University, but not for long. He's looking to make another move going into next season. The 0-1. And that one is hit to the shortstop, Hunter Hanks, who dives in there, leaps in the air, preventing a base hit from Alex Caruso. So mark it as an F6, and Tyler Wolf having to retreat back to first base. 1 down here in the top of the 7th inning. Now Matt Diorio, the batter.
Batting for the Miners, number 9, Matt Diorio.
Diorio 0 for 3 on the day. Walked back in the 5th. Reached in the first on a fielder's choice. Page. He's ready. First pitch. Curveball in the zone. Called strike 1. Grant Page, a native of Sugar Land, Texas. Same area as Braxton Wilkes, kind of the greater Houston part of Texas. 0-1 coming from Grant Page here. And another breaking ball, but just misses on the outside there. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 1 out and a runner on first here in the top of the 7th inning, the Matsu Miners hold a 4-0 lead over the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Chinooks at 13-13, trying to avoid falling under 500 here. And as the season winds down, and the Chinooks with a 6.5 game deficit to the Matsu Miners in the standings. Every game against this team is so important. The 1-1 coming from Grant Page. And that misses it low on the inside part of the plate, so the count moves to 2-1. Diorio came into this game batting .364. 12 RBIs. 2-1 from Page. Here it is. And that's grounded to the shortstop, Hunter Hanks, sharply. He's going to toss it over to Will Bassett, second for 1, to Holt Davis for 2. In time, a 6-4-3 double play. And the Chinooks get out of the top of the 7th. The Miners with no runs on 1 hit. Nobody left aboard. And we are in the middle of the 7th. The score is still 4-0 Matsu Miners. And it is stretch time. And just like that, we are going to stretch with them. So we're going to step off for half a second, but we'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th inning. You are listening to Chinooks Radio. And we are back for the bottom of the 7th here. 4-0. Matsu Miners is the score in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Holt Davis leading off the bottom of the 7th for the Chinooks. Davis on the day, 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. Davis takes the first pitch. A called strike. Fastball on the inside, had a little bit of movement on it. The count 0-1. Zach Warren working his 7th inning. And the curveball from Warren, way inside. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the Chinooks have had ample opportunities this afternoon, but have yet to get on the board with a run scored. And with time winding down here, and Davis takes away there, count 2-1. The Fish are going to have to produce something if they want any chance to get back in this game, and it's going to have to happen soon. You got to chip away. You can't go into the bottom of the 9th down 4. 2 on the count. And Davis pops that one into shallow center field, or shallow right field, but even as Tanner Nishioka tripped, tracking all the way from second base, was Caleb Wood making the catch in shallow right field. So 1 down here. Mark it in your books as an F4. And that's about as much work as a second baseman is going to have to do to make the catch on a pop-up. That one was all the way back at the line practically. But now with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th, Will Bass is the batter. Will Bass 1 for 2 on the day. He doubled. First pitch to Bass. Breaking ball upstairs. The count 1-0. Bass doubled his last time up. Here comes the 1-0. And Bass fouls that one way high out of play. Evens the count up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Miners with 4 runs on 7 hits. The Chinooks with no runs on 5 hits. Talking about who's taking advantage of their opportunities. It's the team wearing the green jerseys, I'll tell you as much. And Bass grounds that one to the first baseman, Tanner Nishioka, who turns and takes it himself over to first base for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. And Hunter Hanks to the plate. Hanks, 1 for 2 on the day. Back in the 5th, he singled. Came all the way to 3rd, but could not score. First pitch to Hunter Hanks. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, a called strike 1. Warren takes the sign from J.J. Hancock. He sets, delivers the 0-1, and Hanks grounds that sharply in the gap, but no throw from the shortstop Tyler Wolf, as that was way in the hole where he made the play. So mark it as an infield hit for Hunter Hanks, his 2nd of the day. And that ball was just moving very slowly, and just not enough time for the play developed over there at shortstop. Tyler Wolf. So now with a man on first, Jacob Brost is the batter. Brost on the day. 0 for 1, he walked his first time up, grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. First pitch to Brost, a fastball low. Ball 1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Warren through 6 2/3, still a shutout. The pitch, and that one had some late development on that fastball, but up and away, taken for ball 2, and J.J. Hancock's going to trot out to have a word with his pitcher. The Chinooks could really change the complexity of this ball game, and Jacob Bro's a guy who could hit one out. We've seen him do it all the time in batting practice. It's just about getting that right pitch. 2-0. But Zach Warren, the lefty, quickly checks up. Hunter Hanks over there at first. So 2-0 still the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. 4-0 Matsu Miners. The pitch. And that's taken on the outside, ball 3. So Jacob Brost quickly gets ahead in this count, 3-0, and you see some action out there in the Matsu Miner bullpen. 3-0. And that's ball 4. Walked on 4 pitches is Jacob Brost, his 2nd walk of the ball game, and now the Fish have men on first and second with 2 outs, and the batter is going to be Patrick Cromwell.
complete for your Chinooks. Number 8, Patrick Cromwell.
Cromwell's 0 for 2 with a walk so far today. And on the line is his 4-game hit streak. The two other guys with big hit streaks coming into this game, Cam Baronic with the 5-gamer extended his back in the 4th, and Andrew Mogg extended his just his first time up, moving his hit streak to 7 games. But men on first and second. And right now the Chinooks, it almost seems kind of lifeless in a way that no matter what goes on, what happens in the bottom of each inning, still a 0 put on the scoreboard by Zach Warren. But one hit from Patrick Cromwell in the right spot can really change all the momentum in this ballgame.
Yeah, they've had base runners in each and every inning outside of the first, and unable to put anything together, string it all together for at least 1 run, but they need at least 4. They want to be winners today.
First pitch from Warren, and fouled back by Patrick Cromwell. The count 0-1. Right into the screen. Ty Beck grabs that one. So someone on the Chinooks is winning, and that's Ty Beck over Zippy, the bat boy for the Matsu Miners. The 0-1 pitch coming from Warren, and Cromwell grounds that one to the shortstop. Tyler Wolf, they get 1 at second, and that's all they're going to need. So the Chinooks go down scoreless again in the bottom of the 7th, and after 7 innings of play, stranding 2 men aboard are the Chinooks. 4-0 Matsu Miners. We're going to step off for a second, but we'll be right back for the 8th inning of action. The Chinooks trying to rally, but they're going to need to hold the Matsu Miners in the top of the 8th. You are listening to Chinooks Radio.
Hamburgers and hot dogs are at a special reduced price at the Chinooks.
And we are back here for the top of the 8th inning, 4-0. Matsu Miners is the score. And the first batter here in the top of the 8th, Niles Nygaard. Nygaard on the day 0 for 3. Takes a called strike fastball. So the count 0-1 to Nygaard out of the University of Washington. Page goes breaking ball there in the zone again, a called strike 2. So Nygaard quickly falling behind in this count, 0-2 to the likes of Grant Page. Here's Page. And that one's fouled down the third base line, out of play. So extended life in this at-bat for Niles Nygaard, a guy who came into this game batting .266. Fly out and a pair of groundouts on the day for him so far. Here's the pitch from Page, and he's going to rip that one to Will Bass, who makes the catch. Not the catch, but kind of bounces just a one-hopper right into his glove. And he tosses it over to Holt Davis at first for the first out of this inning. So mark that in your books as a 4-3. And one down here for the Matsu Miners in the top of the 8th inning. And now Tanner Nishioka to the plate. Nishioka on the day 2 for 3, a single and a triple. Scored twice. First pitch from Grant Page to Nishioka in the zone. Strike 1. That looks like a breaking ball there. Nobody working in the bullpen for the Chinooks here, and why would they? Grant Page is a starter And that pitch is ripped into the outfield there by Nishioka over the head of Jacob Brost in right field, and that's going to get extra bases for the fast Nishioka. The relay from Brost coming in, but a triple for Tanner Nishioka, his second triple of the day. And now with one out in the eighth, the Miners threatening yet again. And what a killer Tanner Nishioka has been. Came into this game batting .375. And a 3 for 4 days is going to get that .375 batting average up. What a day for the Hawaii native. First pitch to J.J. Hancock. Breaking ball misses on the outside for ball one. One out runner at third here. 4-0 Matsu Miners. The pitch from Page. And that's grounded to Will Bass. Will Bass going to throw it to first after checking home for the second out of the inning. Did a little pump fake home, keeping Nishioka in place. And then gets Hancock over there at first for the on the 4-3. So runner at third and 2 outs. Connor Wanhanen, the highly touted prospect out of TCU, to the plate. Wanhanen on the day. 0 for 2. He got hit by a pitch back in the fourth, ended up coming around to score. And first pitch from Wanhanen, grounded to Will Bass sharply. Takes a big hop in the dirt, but Bass fields it cleanly and kind of salutes the baseball gods there. That it just took that weird hop, tosses it to Holt Davis at first for the third out of the top of the eighth inning. So a triple for Tanner Nishioka, but no runs on one hit, one man left aboard for the Matsu Miners in the top of the eighth, and they still lead this ball game 4-0. But the big story so far today for the Chinooks is just lack of ability to produce anything run-wise. They have 6 hits and have scored no runs off that, and looks like a new pitcher in here for the Matsu Miners. It's going to be Caleb McCann out of Appalachian State University, and Caleb McCann seems like a guy that the Chinooks have seen over and over again yet so far this season. McCann out of Appalachian State, and we're going to step off as he takes his warm-up pitches, so don't go anywhere. Chinooks baseball coming right back to you. Back here for the bottom of the eighth inning. The Chinooks against the Matsu Miners trying to rally here. And Lee Jordan Field trail this game 4-0. Matt Fruto the batter, and Fruto puts the first ball right in the gap past Tyler Wolf. A seeing eye single for Matt Fruto, and the Chinooks have a leadoff man aboard. I'll let it be known that the new pitcher is Caleb McCann for the Matsu Miners. So the final line on Zach Warren: 7 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, no runs, none earned, of course, and kind of an impressive day, just getting himself out of jams. Now the batter's Cam Baronic with a man on first, and the Chinooks trailing 4-0. Baronic takes outside ball 1. Tyler Wolf did not look pleased about missing that one, and Baronic fouls that one hard. First base line, so just ahead of that one. So 1-1 the count to Cam Baronic. 3 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 3 so far today. The 1-1 coming. And curveball is popped up sky high over the head of Niles Nygaard in third base. Foul ground. He's going to grab it for the second out of this, or for the first out of this inning. Check that. Sorry. So 1 down. Cam Baronic goes down on the F5 in foul territory. Andrew Mogg to the plate. Mogg 1 for 3 on the day. Double, fly out, strikeout. But on that last at-bat that he had in the 6th inning, he was about 2.5 feet to the left of the foul pole in what would have just been a certified dinger. First pitch to Andrew Mogg from Caleb McCann. Fastball low in the dirt, scooped up there by J.J. Wagner, preventing the advance. The count 1-0. With 1 out here, the Chinooks trail 4-0 to the Matsu Miners. The pitch. And Mogg just gets a piece of that one. Moves the count to 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chinooks trying to find some way to figure something out to rally in this game and stay above 500 on the season. The 1-1 coming. Swing and a miss there from Andrew Mogg. Fastball just blew right by him. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. This is the count to Andrew Mogg with Matt Ferruto at first base. Pitch, and that is a curveball grounded to Niles Nygaard at third. And they make work quickly as Nygaard relays that to second and then relayed again to first. 5-4-3 double play puts the Chinooks down in the bottom of the 8th. So we have played 8 innings, the Chinooks in the bottom of the 8th. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man, or nobody left aboard, I guess. And the Chinooks, after 8 innings, still scoreless. Trailing 4-0 to the Matsu Miners. We'll be back for the 9th. You are listening to Chinooks Radio. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. Still 4-0 Matsu Miners. Caleb Wood going to lead things off here. Grant Page back out there yet again. For the Fish, he is still yet to allow an earned run. First pitch. And that gets the handle of the bat there. Fouled down the first base line. So the count 0-1 to Caleb Wood. Wood on the day. 1 for 2. He singled back in the 5th and back in the 4th. Ended up coming around to score. Also walked and grounded out. The 0-1 here coming from Grant Page, and that's grounded sharply to Will Bass, but he's going to pick it up and throw it over to Holt Davis at first for the first out of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down And back to the top of the Miners lineup here in the ninth. Brick Paskowitz to the plate. Brick on the day. We have seen him 4 times and 1 for 4, but that one was a triple, an RBI triple that basically put the Chinooks kind of in the back seat in this game. But Brick, strike 1 on first pitch. Here comes the second from Grant Page, and that's going to be on the lower inside corner for a ball. 1-1 the count. Paskowitz now a 9-game hit streak. Page delivers the 1-1, and that is lifted deep into center field. Chasing it is Dave Morton. Looks like he's going to get under it. Actually, Veronic calls him off, coming from left, and makes the grab. So mark it as an F7 in your books, and Grant Page gets Brick there for the second out of the top of the 9th inning. And Tyler Wolf, talk about the weird X factor that the Matsu Miners seem to have every single game. Some dude who you would not expect to come through and just tear you apart. Tyler Wolf has reached base all 4 times. Single, double, walk, single. First pitch to Wolf in the zone. And that's kind of what you expected out of Wolf coming into the season. I mean, he had a very good season with Kansas State. He waits the 0-1 from Page and checks his swing. No appeal from the umpire, so they'll count 1-1. He was a bona fide starter over there at Kansas State and hit pretty well. The 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball upstairs. Moves the count to 2-1. 4-0 Matsu Miners to the score. Here in the top of the 9th inning, 2 down. Grant Page out of Stephen F. Austin. He's going to wind up, deliver, and that one finds the zone. Evens the count up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Page sets, delivers, and that's grounded. Patrick Cromwell grabs the weak ground ball and zips it over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. So Grant Page puts the Matsu Miners down 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th, and now the Chinooks down to their last limb as they trail in this ball game 4-0 going into the bottom of the 9th, and they're going to send up, barring any pinch hitting situations, Dave Morton, Holt Davis, Will Bass. Those guys are a combined 1 for 9 on the day so far, so we'll see if those guys can turn their day around. And it looks like Caleb McCann's going to be out for a 2nd inning of work for the Matsu Miners. He allowed 1 hit, but got him on the double play to put the Chinooks down scoreless in the 8th. And the Miners trying to get the complete game shutout on this one. Of course, Zach Warren going 7 innings and seeing if Caleb McCann can pick up those last 2. And just a tough go for the Fish so far. They have 1 less hit than the Matsu Miners, but 4 less runs, as they have been kept off the board all day. Unbelievable. And as I previously mentioned, the Chinooks trying to avoid falling below 500. They got above 500, but a loss yesterday putting them back there at that 500 mark, and a loss today would put them right back under. So David Morton to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 9th for the Fish. The first pitch to Morton, a fastball. Finds the outside part of the zone, a called strike 1. Morton 0 for 3 on the day. Ground outs all around, and Morton's going to drop that one, but does not actually drop in center field. He popped that one up into center field, and under it to make the grab there was Alex Caruso for the first down of the inning. So 1 up, 1 down. And Holt Davis to the plate. Holt Davis 0 for 3, strikeout, ground out, fly out. First pitch to Davis, and Davis fouls that one over the Matsu Miner dugout, out of play. The first strike of the at-bat, so the count 0-1 to the UAB Blazer, Holt Davis. McCann sets, delivers again, and that breaking ball finds the zone, so Davis falling behind in this count, 0-2. So it will be a battle here. And breaking ball just misses on the inside. Looked like that ball could have gone either way, but Davis smartly holding back his bat there and moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. McCann got what he wanted, sets, delivers, and that one's popped up infield sky high. First baseman under it, and he's going to make the grab, fighting off the sun there. The new first baseman for the Matsu Miners was Hunter Simmons. Defensive replacement for Tanner Nishioka made that grab, so 2 flyouts, and now the Chinooks are down to their final out of this ball game, and Will Bass, the last hope for the Chinooks to keep this game going. Bass on the day, on his birthday, 1 for 3, he doubled back in the 5th inning. First pitch to Will Bass is skipping in the dirt. And Ty Beck looks like he just clinched today's Bat Boy game as he slid in the dirt to grab that ball that got past the batter. And it's the little things in life. 1-0 the count. Pitch to Will Bass taken on the outside, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And that one misses against it. 3 straight balls thrown by Caleb McCann. And now Will Bass ahead in this count, 3-0. Hunter Hanks in the on-deck circle if Will Bass can continue this game. Here comes the 3-0 pitch, and that's going to find the zone for a strike. The count goes 3-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Chinooks trailing 4-0. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Will Bass. Strike 2. Ooh, I blew that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch coming from McCann, and he misses. So I almost proclaimed this game to be over, but Will Bass draws a walk on a full count.
Will will not be the last out on his birthday, so he refuses to.
Exactly. So 1 on, 2 outs. The Chinooks trail 4-0 here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Hunter Hanks to the plate. Hanks with a multi-hit day, 2 for 3 so far. A pair of singles. And with a runner on first, he's going to try to keep the Chinooks alive. The first pitch to Hanks in the zone, a called strike. So the count 0-1. The Chinooks trying to show if they have any fight left in this one. The 0-1, and Hanks pops that one up into right field. Paskowitz under it, makes the grab, and that's all she wrote here tonight, folks. The final score, Matsu Miners 4, Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks 0. The Chinooks fall to 13-14 on the season. The Miners improve to
20-6.
20-6. And the Miners with 4 runs on 8 hits. The Chinooks with no runs on 7 hits. So that's kind of just the story of this ball game. The Chinooks unable to produce. And Garrett, any last words?
I would say, you know what, the off day, even though only playing 2 straight, it would be nice to recharge the batteries again and then come back out and have a competitive week. This next week, I mean, it's Pilots, and the Gold Painters. Here, these next 3 games before the showcase, so a chance to go out there and grab some wins before the All-Star Weekend begins again. And the only other thing to really look forward to is that you don't have to look forward to seeing these Miners again for well over a week.
Absolutely, Garen. That's gonna be the ball game here tonight. So the final score: Matsu Miners 4, Chinooks 0. We'll be right back here on Tuesday. Not here physically, but we'll be, in Mulcahy Field. And we'll be playing another baseball game, as we do. And me and Garrett will continue to bring you the calls here on our live stream. So I am Andrew Alex. He is Garrett Mansfield. And we are going to wish you a pleasant Sunday evening. Final score, 4-0 Matsu Miners. See you next time. Have a good night.